In this video, I want to talk about how we're actually going to implement any type of schedules that you have in your classroom. The first thing you want to do is establish what type of method are you going to use as the teacher to redirect with a verbal cue, with a timer. I mean, there's many different ways. You can use a cell phone alarm, you can use a timer in your classroom, you can use a bell in your classroom. Some people are using wireless doorbells because they can press it and that's how they check your schedule. What I used to do to make sure that I abided by the time frame and the actual times is I put alarms on the iPad in the classroom and it would automatically set up and be ringing at the time that they needed to check schedule. When that alarm rings, I would tell my students, guys, it's time to check your schedule. Every kid would get up from wherever they were, go to their schedule, whether it was on their desk, whether it was a clipboard, a folder, or their check-in schedule designated area, grab the top schedule, go locate that particular, because remember, this represents a center, take it to the check-in board, okay, and that's the center that they would go to. So it's the same process, okay? So you want to establish that method. The next thing I want to bring up to your attention is that you want to make sure whatever you need for that center is ready to go in the center. So if a student needs their work, you want to make sure their work is there. If they need any writing utensils, a dry erase board, anything that they may be working in that center, you do not want to prepare while the kids are transitioning or when they get there. So all your centers should be ready to go when they are going to go there, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys quickly what that would look like. So we would have our timer ready, right? So you are going to be queuing everybody. So let me show you. Okay guys, it's time to check your schedule. So every kid will transition again to their center, grab the top one, okay, or whatever their schedule says, come into the check-in board and then sit down in their center. So you want to make sure that you continue this routine and teach them that this is how you follow schedules. You go in order from top to bottom, left to right, whatever it may be, and you go ahead and sit in the center until the timer rings again. When that timer rings again, okay, the student, you can choose to have them take this visual back to a finished basket, or you can have them leave it there and the adults at the end of the day will pick them up. So in this case, I'm going to leave it because it is a primary class. Then they're going to go to their board, go ahead and check into the next location. So again, I would have it on a board, but I just want to show you guys. So check into the next location and again, make sure everything is ready. You continue to do these process throughout the day. At first, it may take a little while because you're teaching routines to your children. That is perfectly fine. But our whole goal is it's going to reduce anxiety. It's going to help with transitions and they know their expectations. I mean, this is just the basis for the future of using schedules. We use schedules all the time. We need it all the time. So again, I wanted to show you guys that we have our schedule, that the student has it ready in the morning. I'm not setting this up when they're there. That should be ready after they leave in dismissal time. When they're going home, we're gonna set it up for the following day. No schedule should be here. So I would make sure at the end of the day, everything is back on their board, right? On their schedule strips and ready to go. If they finish work, I would make sure I take off the work, right? Because this is finished work, and put everything back. If there was anything written, I would make sure this is erased and making sure that all of this is set up for the following day. If you do this every day, I promise you routines will get easier, transitions are gonna get easier, and it takes away a lot of the verbal directions and the chaos in the classroom. But it is something that must be taught. Our students don't automatically know these expectations, so it would take a little bit for you guys, okay? So hopefully this video helps you guys out. It helps you kind of understand how to set this up. And even though I use this for a very primary level, you can think of this can actually be PECs, okay? It can be, visuals, whether you use Boardmaker, whether you use lesson picks, whether you use words. For some kids, they don't have a clipboard yet. They may have the word reading center, math center, whatever it may be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E. You can think of the endless possibilities. I do want to bring it to your attention real quick, just because I didn't discuss this, is that if you want to differentiate the check-in board, you can do this. You don't have to make one for every single kid. if we had different complexities of students in our class, or maybe different capabilities, I could have a purple square, I could have a 1, I could have the, you know, reading center word here, and they could all check in from the same thing. So again, our goal is to differentiate and meet all of our students' needs. So I don't want to complicate your life. I just want to show you little tips and tricks that might help you to make things easier. But for sure, we want to make sure that we are establishing a routine and we're checking our schedules, okay? So don't forget, guys, this is an easy video just to show you how to establish any routine.